What do we have here? Twosun Tuesday. So it's time for part 2 of the Twosun fun from the other day, where I had some of my Twosuns out, and these were two of the ones I had out. So I wanted to update on these because I did some work on these. This guy had no cutouts right here for the lock access. So now it's got a nice cutout there, a nice cutout on the outside, so your thumb can go in there just super easy. Open the lock. Easy peasy. The frame, or the liner, the titanium liner is now this sort of bronzish color, and so is that piece. And then we did the lightning ano on here and on this piece. So, well, that piece is kind of bent over. It's supposed to be there. Got to tighten it up a little bit. But I cleaned it out too when I took it apart, and it was a little dirty, so now it's real smooth, like it wasn't already. And then we got this little wood guy here. His main issue was the choil was too small, so I brought that down a little bit so that really you could actually kind of choke up on it. Now, I didn't cut up under the blade any here. I didn't make that go any higher, but I cut down here a little bit. And then I contoured these wood scales here so that they're thinner and, like, you know, contoured this way way more. Oh, and I did some weird little, I was trying to do some like cool cuts along here that came out looking like garbage. I might tidy them up later and redo them again, but yeah, whatever. It was a good attempt, or it was a crappy try, one or the other. So we got those two from last time. And then we have some other Twosun fun that I'm dragging out of the Twosun tunnel. Here is the Twosun. I don't have the dang number on it. Shoot! Alright, I'll put it right up here. This one's cool. It's not a super new one or anything, but it's got titanium on this side, titanium frame lock, and then it's got a full carbon fiber frame on this side. And sadly, I don't love how they do it. I bought this one anyway, even though I know I don't really love how they do it. They have a stop pin built into the blade here, and this stop pin runs in a track that's cut into the titanium side and into the carbon fiber side. So when that little pin moves around and hits the bottom of the track, it stops there, and when it hits the other side of the track, it stops there. The problem is carbon fiber is not a good impact structure, so as the pin comes around and hits here, it tears into the carbon fiber, and it comes around here and hits, it tears into the carbon fiber. Why isn't it stopping on this side? I don't know. I feel like it should. It should stop on this side when it hits the hard titanium and not keep going and tearing into the carbon fiber. But that's not what it does. It tears into the carbon fiber, and then you got a mushy lockup, and you got mushy closing. So I made a drastic change on it and actually cut this side of the pin off, the one on this side of the blade, so that it's not tearing into the carbon fiber. It's just stopping on the titanium only, and there is no pin on this side. So it's weird, but it seems to work so far. Then it had another issue. It had some lock rock, and the lock rock was caused by this lock bar not being able to go over far enough for whatever reason. Was that because of something I did? I don't think so. Maybe it was. Doesn't matter. So to fix that lock rock, I put a little spacer underneath that little insert in there that hits up against the blade and locks it. So I actually moved the end of the lock bar up just a hair. So now it hits earlier as it moves over toward this. There's like an angled cut on the bottom of the blade that angles like this. So as the lock bar pushes into it, it hits it like this. But if it doesn't push far enough, it kind of barely touches it, and then you get lock rock. But if it pushes over hard, then it doesn't get lock rock. Or if you move it up some, then it doesn't get lock rock. So that's what I did. I moved it up a little bit. Now that caused another problem. Now it has a little bit of this play right here. But I think I can fix that. So I have another little way to fix that. If I do that, we'll talk about it. But it is one of the smoother knives. It's one of the better top flippers or front flippers. Really cool looking. I did a little ano on the body, just some heat to give it some kind of, I don't know what I was going for here, just kind of a shady blue and yellowish, kind of going back and forth here. And then it's got some lightning ano on this part and on this part. So I think it looks pretty cool now. Kind of has two show sides. It has this show side and then this show side. Okay, got another Twosun here. This is an older model. I think it's a not a reproduction, a reissue, something like that. TS45. This is definitely a cool one. It reminds me of some Reich knives. Reich has some pretty cool knives that are like, you know, alien looking and cool, and this is definitely looking like one of those. I did a quick review on this one already, but it needs a little work right here, and, so you can get into the lock. And then I think I'm also going to do this. The way this flipper tab works, you can barely fit your hand on your finger on it because it runs into these 2 points on either side. So you have to kind of push button it. You can't just kind of, oh, I'm just going to grab it, because you end up slipping off, even though it's fairly well jimped. So I'm going to cut out down between these, kind of like this. See how that's opened up right there, so you can get down in there. This one doesn't even have a flipper tab, but I made it have a flipper tab by using this piece as a flipper tab.
Secret flipper tab!
But on this one, I just want to be able to reach the flipper tab better, so opening it up like this a little bit. Maybe not quite that severe, but something like that. I think once I get that done, oh, I was going to make this pocket clip a little less strong, because damn, it is hard to get in and out of the pocket. I was thinking just take it, unscrew it, put a washer under it, screw it back in, and it'll be a little bit higher. So I want to try that. But for now, she's good to go. This is a great one. The Twosun TS223. This is a Jelly Jerry design. Very cool. It's a big stout sucker. Like it's as big as that one, or damn close, yeah. It's funny, when I ordered it, it looked smaller. It looked like it was going to be one of those little gentleman knives, like maybe this long, something like that, you know. But it's kind of a big beastie thing, and it's kind of heavy. Did a little ano on that one. Wow, did I not do the backspacer? What the hell? Why did I do this and not the backspacer? I have not the slightest clue. Just experimenting, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I put this quick stud on it so you can pop it open. Yeah, it's really cool. Very nice. A little sharp right back here on this edge, but really how you hold it, it just never really comes up as an issue. Yeah, otherwise ergos are really good. This one had, just like a lot of Twosuns, it had a little issue with not having these cutouts big enough. They need to be about half again as big. These cutouts, they need to be longer this way, because you got to reach all the way up here to do it now, when you shouldn't have to. You should be able to, anywhere along here you should be able to do it. So we'll open those up and maybe pretty it up a little bit, I don't know, something, or leave it alone, because it does look pretty cool. Twosun 223 carbon fiber, kind of a bolster lock. Pretty big beefy knife, really. Let's see, we'll put it this way. No, this, what the hell am I trying to do? This way. That'll look cool. All right, one more. Last Twosun. This is definitely one of my favorites. The Twosun. It's another Jelly Jerry. I think it says it right there. TS215, I think. Yeah, I can't read. I think it's a TS215. I will put the right number if it's not the T15 up here. 215. It's got these pretty long oval carbon fiber inlays. Big beefy pocket clip that works well. It came just sort of a gray color. I polished it and did the ano on it. You did the backspacer on this one too, or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't do the backspacer on it. It has little pivot collars I could color too if I wanted to. Oh, it's a front flipper too, but Not quite as good as some, but it can work. Yeah, actually, not bad. I have to kind of carefully place my thumb, because if I go too low at all, I can't do it. If I go too high, it slips off. So just the right place works great. Reverse flick, pretty good. Thumb flick, if you're careful. So yeah, very cool knife. Pretty slicey. Nice tall flat grind. And okay, medium tall flat grind. Lock bar, very good access. Unlike a lot of Twosun knives, just plenty of good access there. Ergos are really terrific. Blade's a bit pointy. If that, if you're worried about dropping it and breaking the tip of your knife. Titanium, of course, and the steel is 14T28N, so decent. Jimping up here is great. Really grabby. Not quite a place you can choke up on. That choil is not really for that, just a sharpening choil. Very good action. Very smooth. Just a very cool knife, man. Like if someone said you have to get rid of all your Twosuns but one, man, it'd be tough, but that might be the one. I'm not sure. Well, there you go. There's a little Twosun roundup for you. A finish up of my Twosun, except for one. There's one Twosun I have loaned out, and I didn't get that one back, so that one's out. I'll put a quick picture of it here. We'll just pretend like we'll like edit it into the family picture here. Actually, no, we can really do that. I'm actually going to edit it in to the family photo and put it right there. All right. Have a nice day.